Games 11 media briefing. It's great to see so many of you here this morning. I think it's a reflection of the growing popularity and size of the gaming business in the Middle East. I want to take about 20 minutes of your time. There's four of us here representing Sony, Pluto Games, Microsoft and Red. So Naji, Aman and Mike, if you haven't met them before. So we're going to give you a bit of a briefing of what you can expect to see over the next 3 days, as well as some sort of background to our kind of association. So let me just kind of kick off by just giving you a little bit of background to the whole Games 11 show. Games, if you don't know, stands for Gaming Alliance Middle East Show. I think one of us, a truly inspirational moment, came up with that. I think Mega was once touted as a name, but really, we took our inspiration from big shows like E3 in Los Angeles or Gamescom in Germany or Tokyo Game Show. We thought, why sort of travel halfway around the world when we can do this in our own backyard? So, from kind of humble beginnings 3 years ago, some of you may remember we had a ballroom in the Grand Hyatt, and we wanted an event where both our media partners, trade partners, and also consumers can enjoy all the games that are coming out in what we call the peak season. So now is the time where you can try out things like Gears of War 3 or Formula 1 or FIFA 12, Pro Evolution, Uncharted 3 before it releases. And I think for a consumer as well as media and a trade partner, it's a very exciting time that you can try before you buy, because gaming is all really about the experience. So we've worked together over the last 3 years. We have a very strong cooperation. Some people look and say, Sony, Microsoft working together, but actually, in this part of the world, it really works. And also with partners from Red and Pluto and the other publishers, we have a very strong sort of cooperation, not only for this, but other initiatives across the region. Our ethos with Games 11 is to bring it to the consumer. People say, why don't you go to the World Trade Center or somewhere like that? We say, no, we want to be where the consumers are, and where better than the biggest mall in the world, in Dubai Mall. And every year it's grown, so from the Grand Hyatt 3 years ago to Dubai Festival City for the last 2 years to an ice rink. So I'm not sure where we quite go from here. I mean, maybe the Mall of Emirates ski slope or something, but it looks fantastic, and it's a great venue. It would be kind of remiss of me not to mention what Sony has to offer this year. As every year, we have a great lineup of first-party titles. We just launched Resistance 3 in early September. We have the fantastic-looking Uncharted 3 launching in early November, which you haven't seen is largely based around the Middle East. So our hero Drake comes to various parts of the Middle East in search of some more treasure. We support 3D heavily within Sony, and both those games I mentioned support 3D. We also bring out our own PlayStation 3D monitor, which offers the unique experience of being able to have a dual views. So if you're playing a two-player game, both players can see a separate view from the other. We're also heavily supporting our motion controller Move, and we have a range of titles including Dance Star, Move Fitness, Medieval Moves, and we also, from our Indian studios, have developed a Move cricket game, which promises to be very exciting, and I think it suits the Move functionality very well. Also out of India, for those of you familiar with Bollywood, we're working with Shah Rukh Khan to have a Ra 1 game. So the Ra 1 movie is supposed to be the Bollywood blockbuster of the year, and we're very happy to have this game both on PlayStation 2, PlayStation Network and PlayStation 3 launching just before the movie. And also, quite excitingly, we have PlayStation Vita, the new handheld from Sony, which we'll be launching here early next year. As you can imagine, there's lots of games events all around the world, and demand for this is huge. So, I mean, we only unfortunately have one with some beefed up security, so no one trying to slip it in their pocket. But we have 10 games for you to try out, and it looks absolutely awesome. And finally, I just wanted to say a farewell. For those of you who know me, I've been in the region for about 8 years, involved with the region almost 11 years, and I was very fortunately offered a nice job back in the UK, so I'm giving up my sun, sand and Salik to go back into the joys of the UK, and it's been a fantastic experience. I'm very proud to be associated with the foundation of the Games Association, and it's a great farewell. It's been great working with you all, and I know Robert, introduced to Robert Visser. Robert joins us from the UK. He's worked with PlayStation for a number of years, a variety of functions, and I think he'll be a great addition to the region. So Robert takes over from me as of from the beginning of October, and I wish him all the best. So thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Hi, marhaba. Just as Tim said, we've seen games grow in terms of popularity, in terms of size, in terms of organization, and at the same time we see the industry reflecting that. So from our side, we've seen great growth as Pluto, with the Middle East growing at around 70% from our side, Saudi around within 20% we see growth in Saudi, and also we see that reflects on the retailers as well. We see how the retailers are today picking up their experience, their store-in-store experience, the shopping experience for gaming. We see the industry now having the momentum, and that's something that we enjoy, and we like also to thank our publishers for their support to our region. People like Disney, who has been localizing games like Cars 2, and Konami localizing games like Pro Evolution 12, and also with Capcom, who now are bringing in for the first time the Street Fighter, official Capcom Street Fighter tournament, which will be now taking place in the event in Games 11. Now, in terms of games, we have a lot of variety of games that we're here to share with our audience, with the players, with the media as well. And we start with Street Fighter vs. Tekken, which is Cross Tekken, which is again happening around the same area of the tournament. So the guys from the tournament will have some friendly matches going on, and you can get your hands and try the game and enjoy the game as well. We have some other new IPs from Capcom, like Asura's Wrath and Dragon's Dogma, which are on show as well. You can test the games and play them and see the beauty of these titles. As well as Resident Evil. I mean, you've seen probably the latest chapter of Resident Evil continues, and we have that also for you to experience in multiplayer, so people can team up as teams and go and experience the world and the activities. At the same time, for those that are like more around social games and for kids, we have the Disney area with Disney Universe, where people can take characters from different Disney Pixar movies, Disney or Disney Pixar movies, and cooperate or compete in order to achieve missions. It's a lot of fun for kids, it's interesting, it's engaging, and to a certain extent addictive from a gameplay perspective. And of course, we have Best here for the football fans. I mean, we're very pleased to have it on the show. We'll be giving the chance for people to run also some friendly matches and to be able to experience the latest release of Pro Evolution. And for those that like to fly airplanes, we have the latest and best flying gear from Cytel on show with the games for people to sit and experience the real effect of flying airplanes. Also, we have some customization gear for consoles that will be showing on our show. So people that like to customize their console, make it a bit more personal. We have some interesting walks that are on the show, and one of them is licensed Gears of War mode that you can see it also on our stand. I hope you have a great time with the show, and with that I hand over to Ahmad.
Morning everybody, and welcome once again to Games 11, the media briefings. My name is Aman Sanga. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Middle East and Africa category lead for Xbox for Microsoft. And to start with, let me just tell you how excited we are to be part of Games 11, and you can see right now what a great show it looks like. The venue, as Tim mentioned, is getting bigger and better every single year, so very pleased to put together this massive consumer event over here. But what I also like to highlight is that how much we value as Microsoft to be part of a trade body like this and a forum like this. And one of the aspects I wanted to bring out is that what you see here today is just one aspect of the multifaceted approach that we've got with regards to the gaming body. So just to highlight one of our endeavors with regards to how we can shore up support for the retail bodies and the channel, I'd like to highlight an event that we did earlier this year in June at Fujairah in conjunction with Distry, essentially where we brought in international speakers, we held workshops, roundtables, and even an award ceremony to kind of give objective metrics for the retailers and recognize them for the efforts in the gaming industry. So this is just one of our approaches, one of our aspects that we're trying to put across, and how we can be a better forum for the industry over here. Now, with regards to what we've got over here, we're very pleased to announce that we've got almost every single game over here that we've got at the Xbox booth is a game that has not been launched anywhere in the world, with the exception of Gears of War 3, we just launched a couple of days back, so it's still fresh from the oven, so as to say. So we've got Forza Motorsport 4 that's going to be coming out in mid of October. Very excited about that. I believe it's going to be the best looking game of the year. It looks fantastic. So it's a bit behind closed, so you'll have to queue up for that, but we believe it's something worth queuing up for. And then we've got the Kinect range of titles. So we've got Kinect Sports Season 2, Dance Central 2, Kinect Disney Adventures, and Kinect Star Wars, which is not even launching this year. So it's going to be launching next year. So a lot of really exciting, cool games that you can get your hands on before anybody else in the world. So very pleased to be part of this, and look forward to making this even bigger and better. So I'll hand it over to Michael Womble from Red to talk about a little bit about Red's content on the show for tonight.